Hello and welcome back. Today we are going to be discussing self-care. I will be explaining to you what self-care is, how to achieve it, and the benefits of self-care. So what is self-care? It's basically that. It is investing in ourselves. It is taking the energy and the time that we spend in other aspects of our life and investing in who we are. It's all about feeding yourself properly. It's all about giving your body what it needs. It's about regular exercise, but I'll go into more detail with that. To me, self-care not only builds a solid foundation in our life, but it also builds a beautiful platform for an incredible future. And although we all need an incredible future in order to motivate us, we need the thought of an incredible future so that we have something to work towards. We also need to be happy with who we are. And I have found that adopting a self-care routine in my life improves my confidence, and it makes it easier for me to not just be more motivated or more focused, but it also makes it easier for me to set goals and to achieve them. Where in times of my life where I haven't self-cared, which is normally after a massive trauma, when I don't care anymore, I'm just going to give up on this, I have found that just to think about a goal, a life goal, becomes an issue, let alone trying to achieve it. So how do you go about with self-care? First of all, you stand up straight. You open your chest, you stand up straight. When we say that we are feeling down, it's because when we're feeling down, everything draws forward and down. When you are standing up straight, you are not only projecting a positive attitude to the rest of the world, you're projecting a positive attitude towards yourself too, and you're breathing properly. Most of us spend our entire life shallow breathing. We don't breathe properly. We need oxygen in our body. It's one of our life necessities. We need oxygen. So stand up straight, put your shoulders back, and let that oxygen into your lungs easily. I also exercise regularly. I practice Iyengar yoga 4 to 5 times a week, sometimes with a group of women. Sometimes I'll just throw a mat on the floor and do an online class. But I make sure that I practice my yoga every week. Not only has it increased my flexibility, it also improves my range of motion, my mobility, and it strengthens my muscles, which as I'm getting older, I'm finding that is more important to me than simply being fit. So what I suggest you do is that you find an exercise routine that you enjoy. Don't do something that you don't enjoy, because if you start in something that you don't enjoy, you won't stick to it and it'll just go by the wayside and you will fall off the bandwagon, as my mother would say. I've also developed healthy eating routines, so I spent a lot of my life self-sabotaging when it came to food. I would reward myself with gluten and bread and cakes and sweets, and I have a gluten intolerance. I'm not allergic to it, but I am intolerant towards it. My body doesn't like it, and it reacts like it doesn't like it. Another thing my body doesn't like is meat, so I am a vegetarian. Not everybody needs to be a vegetarian. I know that if you're an O-type blood group, you need lean red meat, so you can't live on a diet like I do. I find that when I eat meat, I feel sluggish, I feel heavy, and just unmotivated. When I'm eating what I'm supposed to be eating, for example, fresh fruit and vegetables, microgreens, pulses, chickpeas, beans, I find that I have more energy, and in having more energy, it is easier to be positive. It is easier to see the positivity in life when you have more energy. I also have developed a little routine that I do in the mornings now. And if anybody saw me, they would think I was stark, staring, raving mad. But it makes me feel energized, and it makes me feel positive, and it makes me feel like I can conquer the day. When I'm finished getting dressed and I'm now ready to start the day, I will go to my window and I will open my curtains and I will say, "Good morning, world, welcome." And it does the most amazing things for me. It makes me feel like I can conquer the day. And it makes me feel like I'm starting on the right foot. So I do this little ritual every day. I also tap every day. I find that in tapping, and I will do a video on tapping, I find that in tapping I have more energy. I find that it is more difficult for me to feel sad or feel depressed or allow depression to creep in. When I've tapped, it's like it opens all the blood vessels and all the channels in my body. Another thing I do is I speak to my senses. So when I'm battling, when I'm feeling like life is a little bit more difficult to navigate today, and I'm not talking about life traumas, I'm just talking about everyday challenges and stresses that enter our lives, I will wear colors that suit me. In the 80s and 90s, there was a big movement, Color Me Beautiful, where they gave you a color palette. Well, I follow my color palettes. I kind of know what colors suit me and what colors don't. But when I'm feeling a little bit like I'm not on top of things, I will wear colors that suit me. The colors that suit me are like this shirt I'm wearing today, this bright Julie color, and greens and blues and pinks and oranges. And when you wear colors like that, people will compliment you, and in complimenting you, you will grow in confidence. Another thing that you need to do is just speak nicely to yourself. Just be kind to who you are. Have a little bit of empathy with who you are. And so what does all this do? What does all this self-care do? I find that my anxiety improves because I'm feeling more confident in who I am, and I'm feeling better in my body, and more spontaneous and more motivated. I feel like I can conquer the world at times. I really do. I have less anxiety. I am more motivated. I'm less likely to procrastinate. I'm more resilient. My relationships improve, and not just my relationship with other people, my relationships with myself too. When you learn to self-care and you learn to self-love and you learn to self-appreciate, your relationship with you improves. And when your relationship with yourself improves and you accept who you are and you work to improve who you are without preconceived ideas, you will find that you will glow. And the beauty will not just come from the outside, it will come from deep in your core, and it will shine out of your face, and you will be beautiful. And it's all because you practice self-care. So if you've enjoyed my video, give me a thumbs up. Subscribe if you want to subscribe to my channel. Share if you think that somebody else can be motivated or can benefit from my video. And we will see you in the next video. And until then, keep well and stay safe. Bye-bye.